now onto one of the highlights for today's forum, which is the FedEx Small Business Grant Contest. This is an initiative by FedEx to award small businesses grants to fuel their growth and foster innovation. So for this year's FedEx Small Business Grant Contest, judges both from FedEx as well as from Forbes Asia looked at companies from the Forbes 100 to watch list to pick 4 finalists who will join us later on stage and pitch their companies. Our judges looked at a number of factors, such as the company's business idea and model, the investors behind them, as well as whether they are leaders in their industries or their potential, revenue growth, customer growth, as well as other factors. So after the consideration, 4 finalists for this contest would be SariSuki, Aerodyne, Fresh Factory, and Lucence. We will be inviting founders of these companies to come on stage shortly for presenting a 5-minute pitch to talk about their company's conception, growth, and vision. They will be reviewed after the pitch by the judges, and eventually we will announce the winner later today. So without further ado, let's invite the first company up here on stage. First up is Brian Koo. Brian is co-founder and CEO of SariSuki, a social e-commerce startup that sells groceries through its website and app and aims to transform the Philippines retail landscape. Brian, the stage is yours.
The Philippines agriculture industry is broken. Despite having more than 13 million hectares of arable land, the country still has to import a number of its daily staples. And the underinvestment in the sector has caused a massive inefficiency in the way the supply chain for agriculture has been set up over the years. It takes, at times, 10 layers of middlemen before produce can get from the farm to the consumer. As a result, prices of basic vegetables are sometimes more than double of what they are in other neighboring countries. A kilo of tomatoes can cost more than a kilo of chicken, making nutritious products, fresh produce, unaffordable for the common Filipino. Stunting rates of the mass Filipino market has not improved over the last 10 years. And according to the Global Hunger Index, Philippines ranks 66 out of 125 countries in terms of hunger. And 44% of Filipinos have said that they've experienced involuntary hunger over the last year. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brian Koo, and I'm the co-founder of SariSuki, a community group buying platform, which aims to solve these problems by taking fresh produce from the farm all the way to the consumer with as little layers as possible. We started the company in 2021, and since then have served over 5,000 tons of vegetables through our community leader network who serves their neighborhoods. And there's around 30,000 of them over the last 2 years that have tried our platform and have brought down the prices of vegetables into their communities and at the same time making income for themselves. It's a tough problem, agriculture. It's a highly complex industry in the Philippines. But we've gone to tackle a bit of a bigger problem now, not just getting produce affordable, getting produce in a more affordable way to our communities, but by going upstream into the farmers. So last year, we've embarked in a much bigger goal and a more ambitious goal in trying to create a more food-secure nation for the Philippines. We started going upstream with our farmer partners and trying to do this in a AAA approach. The first A is by creating abundance. Second, affordability, and third, access. Abundance in what can be produced with the same amount of land through interventions at the farm level in modern techniques, technologies, and processes. We've also started implementing post-harvest facilities at the farm level to reduce wastage, which currently sits at 40% from farm to table. Secondly is affordability. Through our scale and our partnerships we'll be able to reduce the cost of input materials that the farmers use, thereby lowering the cost of production. And of course, lastly, access. Through our network of over 30,000 community leaders, as well as our offline partners, we'll be able to provide access at the fingertips of our consumer. The Philippine agriculture market today sits at $9 billion, and we believe it's poised to grow even further if we're able to achieve these things. And SariSuki sits at the center of this. And through your help, through the help of all the partners that we have, community leaders and farmers, we trust and we're confident that we can create a more food secure nation for the Philippines, as well as create a better and healthier future for generations to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian. And now I'd like to invite on stage Kamarul Muhamed, founder and group CEO of Aerodyne, a drone-based enterprise solutions provider. The company's autonomous drones can spray crops, insect power lines, or monitor city streets. Kamarul?
A very good afternoon to everyone. A little over 10 years ago, I was taking a career break and I traveled around the world. And out of that, I saw a lot of inequalities. And I saw how dangerous work are being done just to solve some problems. And that problems include things like critical infrastructure. And I was thinking, hey, maybe I can do better than this. So how it started was, 9 years ago, we set up Aerodyne with the sole purpose initially to just solve the problem of power line. Power line requires labor to climb all those towers, require people to drive over thousands of kilometers. It's inefficient. So our first solution was to solve that problem. Today, our solution cut the cost by 40%, accelerating the process by over 400%. And now, since then, we have expanded to do other things as well. Critical infrastructure number 2 is telco tower. A lot of companies manage tens of thousands of telco infrastructure around the world. Traditional method is that how they do it is actually they would send riggers to climb and then inspect. Each of these towers will take them 3 to 5 days to process a single tower. Today, with our solution, this can be done in as little as 5 minutes, all driven by our AI technology. And not only that, it's not just 5 minutes to do this, but it is also can be run sequentially. Imagine a customer that have 100,000 towers. We can process it immediately as well. So that is the kind of thing that we do. Critical infrastructure, and right now, we also are involved in agriculture. Why? For the same reason as well. Food security is a big challenge. Based on our data technology, today, based on our knowledge and our expertise, we are able to predict yield. We are able to predict problem before it even happens, allowing our customer to increase their yield significantly. In the durian farm, perhaps there's a lot of durian lovers in here as well, we have been able to increase yield by 30%. How do we do it? Because with our drone technology, we can peer deep. It's like an oracle. We can predict how the yield is going to look like for a particular season. What kind of problem it's having. So with this kind of visibility, with all the AI system that we already developed over the past couple of years, it enables our customers to operate a lot more efficiently as well. So that's agriculture. Another one that is actually predicted to be the largest potential in the future is actually drone delivery. A lot of us have heard about drone delivery, but a lot of them that we are seeing today are actually last mile delivery. Aerodyne has been working on enterprise drone delivery, shore to ship, platform to platform. And we have already tested this. We will be able to save the environment. We will be able to save costs by 67%. So that's what we do at Aerodyne. We are a digital transformation as a service company. True enough, in the beginning, we started off as a drone as a service only. We have a lot of drones. We go out and provide all of these services to our customers. But in the end, we realized the value in all of this is really about delivering solutions that make business sense. And solutions that make business sense is something that we define as faster, better, cheaper, and safer. So that's actually our focus. Last one is the drone delivery that I talked about earlier. We've been testing this as well. We've been testing this up in the Himalayas. We've been testing this in the Bahamas, sending produce from island to island and all that. So the next one, we're already working about delivering medicine, blood in Africa, closer to home in Indonesia, in Papua. This project is about to kick off very, very soon as well. What we do at Aerodyne is really about this, developing technology of the future that will enable our customers out of the box, subscribe to our SaaS software as a service platform, and obtain this immediate digital transformation. In Aerodyne, we are almost a 9-year-old company. We have been doubling our revenue every year. We are operating in 35 countries. Our HQ is in Malaysia. We have a HQ number 2 in the Middle East. And what I'm most excited about is actually the next technology. All this development that we have done so far is actually using all of this deep learning. The next big thing for us is actually to include all these 10 million hours of operational experience and put it into ChatGPT style so that we can enable all of our customers to themselves improve them. Thank you very much.
That was Kamarul Muhamed, founder and group CEO of Aerodyne. Thank you, Kamarul. I'd like now to invite Larry Ridwan, founder and CEO of Fresh Factory, an integrated cold chain fulfillment company specializing in storing and delivering chilled, frozen, and dry goods. Larry?
Hi, I'm Larry, the CEO of Fresh Factory. 3 years ago, together with my 2 other co-founders, we started Fresh Factory, a smart cold chain fulfillment company. The reasons behind why we're starting this is twofold. Number one is obviously came out of our personal dissatisfaction of the existing cold chain logistics services in Indonesia. But number two, most importantly, we see an opportunity to make great business out of this. Indonesia's GDP is about $1,000 billion US dollars. 20% of those is cold chain related. And if you take 10% of that as a logistic related cost, we're talking about a 15 billion market space there. And number two, when it comes to cold chain, due to its complexity and sensitivity, we saw that technology can help a lot. And at the time, there wasn't any tech player which is focusing on cold chain, so that's why we're starting this. At Fresh Factory, what we're building is a smart, hyper-local network of cold chain fulfillment centers and transportation modes that cater the needs of emerging and large enterprise. We help businesses to store, pick, pack, and deliver cold chain products faster, cheaper, and better. Thanks to the existing partner that we have, both warehouse partner or transportation partner, we managed to commercialize 2 solutions right now. What we call direct to consumer, which to help business in their e-commerce operations, specifically for cold chain products, and direct to retails, which help the business distribute their cold chain products to the retail outlets. But in light of our vision to be a dominant cold chain player in Indonesia, we're designing a solution to allow us, to enable us to offer a 5PL play. And within that, we came out with 2 solutions, which is direct to distributors, which will help our client to manage the central warehouse and the transportation to their distributors, specifically for cold chain, and also the direct from the suppliers, which include cross-border activity like export and import. Unlike the legacy player, what we offer is something different. We are offering a sachet model of fulfillment and a no-frill plus value-added service fulfillment concept to our clients. And we'll also put a lot of emphasis on technology, whether it's automation or digitalization. That makes us more efficient, more transparent, and more trustable, which is very important for cold chain. So stuff like AI, IoTs, and all that is being implemented in all our solutions to help clients with that. Fresh Factory is a fast-growing company with a clear path of profitability. Now we have over 40 fulfillment centers in 20 different cities in Indonesia, along with 80 of our staff members. We're serving more than 400 enterprises, both large and emerging companies. Names like Unilever, Nestle, and F&B brands like the Burger King, those are some of our clients. In less than 20 months, we have grown 20x in terms of top line. Our margin in terms of CM1 is close to 40%. And as we speak right now, we've got an abundance of already won sales pipeline in our sales pipeline. Yeah. So in short, in terms of EBITDA, we're confident that we're going to be positive EBITDA by Q3 this year. So like what Indonesian is saying in terms of EBITDA, it's already but not yet. On funding so far, we've accumulated close to $10 million of funding so far. Our last round was a pre-A round. Some of the notable investors are guys like Y Combinator, East Venture, SBI Ventures, many others that I cannot mention now. So in closing, in 5 years, we want to be a dominant player in cold chain space. We want to bring impact to our customer, our partner, and our investors. So wish us luck. Hopefully, the next time you see me, we'll already be FedEx for cold chain in Asia. Thank you.
That was Larry Ridwan, founder and CEO of Fresh Factory. Thank you, Larry. I'd like now to invite Tan Min Han, founder and CEO of Lucence, a precision oncology startup developing non-invasive tests that aim to accurately diagnose cancer.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm Min Han. I'm the founder and CEO of Lucence, and I'm a cancer specialist by background training. And over the last 20 years of clinical practice, I have seen many people die of cancer. And I think many of you in the audience have felt the touch of cancer, not just on ourselves, on our families, and we see that impact also on society. Every year, 10 million people die of cancer, with 60% of those individuals in Asia. And the traditional screening methods today cover 2 in 10 of those lethal cancer deaths. Having practiced over this period, I think, and having worked in the laboratory, there must always be a better way. And I'm here today really to describe how we have taken this work forward over the last 7 years, received so much help from the ecosystem that includes investors, $70 million of investment into finding a better way for the 10 million people who die every year from cancer. So in this journey, for the earlier detection of cancer, the technology that we work on is the detection at very low levels of the circulating DNA in the blood of cancer patients. And the opportunity is really to ensure that cancer can be detected earlier, when treatment can be more effective, when even cure is possible. And over this period of 7 years, we have built out our technology to detect cancer ever earlier, taken that technology and built out 2 laboratories, one in Silicon Valley and the other in Singapore, supplying both the United States as well as Southeast Asia, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. This journey was only possible because of the ability to develop the technology from the laboratory to allow us to detect that the circulating DNA fragments at very low levels through a blood test, accessible to cancer patients, also accessible towards patients who are concerned about their health. And in this process of development, we have delivered firstly, the world's first and only 50 cancer screening test covering both 50 cancers and 20 HPV viral serotypes. And I'm here really to say the opportunity here for earlier cancer detection is huge. As we took the technology forward into the world, we were the first and only Asian headquartered company to receive the US government's Medicare coverage. Medicare, for those who may not be aware, is the US government's federal insurance coverage with an annual expenditure of $800 billion. We see this as the very important first validation of the technology for the selection of the right drugs for cancer patients. And as we are just getting started, there is that opportunity now to take this to a much wider audience around the world. And here, I have this opportunity to share because it's all about the help we receive to change how cancer screening, how earlier detection, how the 10 million lives can be better managed. It's not just about the investors. I do want to note here that my gratitude, in a way, towards everyone involved in that care, and that would include FedEx, because without the chance for patients to have their blood shipped across the United States to a central lab, we receive samples every day from Hong Kong, from Taiwan, from Malaysia, from Philippines, because of people who are able to ship this from the comfort of their homes, who choose this in the presence of traditional screening that can be painful, invasive, and expensive. We are familiar with technologies such as colonoscopies, mammograms. And so at the end of my talk, I want to say I have the opportunity to say it's really about the ecosystem, it's about all of you. I have the chance to say there is a better way. Please share this with your doctors. Thank you all very much.
That was Tan Minh Han, founder and CEO of Lucence. Thank you, Minh Han. And there we have it. These are the 4 finalists for the FedEx Small Business Grant Contest. Please give them all one more big round of applause. Thank you. Well, now we will be announcing the results of the FedEx Small Business Grant Contest. Earlier, you saw pitches from 4 100-to-watch list companies: SariSuki, Aerodyne, Fresh Factory, and Lucence. The judges have discussed and deliberated, and it's now time to reveal the results. Before we do that, please see a short message from our sponsor, FedEx.
Trade is at the center of everything. It provides the perfect gift, keeps the economy moving, brings small business owners' dreams to life, and distributes aid in hard times. Trade is growth, education, and resilience.
It's not going to stop us.
When global supply chains are smarter, there is no limit to what we can enable and the good we can do. Trade is our business.
Okay, and now I'd like to invite Kawal Preet, President of Asia Pacific, Middle East, and Africa region of FedEx Express, to join me here on stage to announce the results of the FedEx Small Business Grant Contest. Please put your hands together for Kawal. Hi, Kawal, and thank you for joining us. You can stand here. Thank you for joining us today. And
thank you, Rana. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's great to see you again. I think we're building the suspense, aren't we?
Yes, we are. We're going to take our time to keep everybody excited. Anyway, earlier we've seen 4 finalists who pitched, and they're, like many startups and small businesses in the region, are increasingly looking to expand their global outreach. From your perspective, what trends have you been seeing in the small businesses environment landscape?
Okay, so first and foremost, I want to say that Asia is the growth engine for the global economy. We see significant opportunities here in the region. And if you ask me about trends, I might end up just summarizing what we've all heard, during this session since morning. And it's really 3 simple trends, but yet very profound. The first one I would say is companies, small and large, are leaning in heavily into technology and taking a digital-first approach. And it's not just because of all the AI and tech advancement news that we're all surrounded by, but it's increasing recognition, as one of the founders earlier pitched and said, it's helping companies to deliver better, faster, and cheaper to their customers. The second piece is all about customer. Customer experience is the differentiation. It's at the heart of the startups' growth plans and strategies. But it's also moving towards increasing personalization. And what do I mean by that? Is giving customers the choice where and how they want it. And an example would be something in the last mile space that we offer to our customers. So the customers have a choice if they want to get their shipments delivered to a parcel locker, or to a retail outlet like a 7-Eleven, or to their doorstep. And it's all done in a very convenient way through the FedEx delivery manager using WhatsApp. So that's an example of personalization. And the third trend, I think it was mentioned earlier in the panel, is sustainability. Is thinking about sustainability from the get-go in your business model. Because based on the surveys that we do, consumers across Asia, while they definitely care deeply about fast, reliable deliveries, they increasingly care about a sustainable buying process. So those are the trends, and I'm really excited about the growth opportunities we see in the region and how we can help small businesses tap onto these trends.
Yeah, I mean, from our perspective, many companies that made the Forbes Asia 100 watch list are tapping into digital transformation. Again, how can startups and small businesses adapt and move fast to actually generate value from this transformation?
Sure. So digital transformation has to start and end with the customer. That's the biggest principle here. Then we talk about, let me reflect on FedEx first. So we operate at the intersection of physical and digital networks. And we're working towards making supply chain smarter for our customers. And how do we do that? So I'll give you an example of a jewelry company from the 1930s. And we help them go global and scale their business by providing them with automated shipping solutions that help them make deliveries more efficient and grow. So I think technology is all about helping startups scale their business and become more efficient. And digital transformation is really where we see partnerships developing as well within large and small players to be able to, again, enhance customer experience and improve efficiencies.
Now, FedEx is the sponsor, obviously, of this forum, as well as the past 3 100 to watch lists. Mm-hmm. Can you share more about FedEx's commitment to supporting the small businesses like we've seen today?
So FedEx has been a long-standing advocate of small businesses community. And if you look at the data, small businesses are the lifeblood of economies and growth. And if I were to just give you some stats, small businesses represent 90% of businesses, 50% of employment and jobs, and 40% of national GDP if we look at emerging Asian economies. So for us, our role is to help small businesses grow and scale and achieve their potential. And I would maybe explain how we support small businesses is in a framework of 3 things again. First is we provide access to resources to small businesses. So our online one-stop FedEx Small Business Center gives small businesses resources, playbooks, opportunity to access information about how to plan, build, and scale an e-commerce business. The second thing is about providing digital tools. So what's important for a small business is it has to be simple, it has to save them time, it has to be convenient. So providing digital tools that make life easy for small businesses. Things like our FedEx Ship Manager or electronic trade documents. So as you know, in international shipping, it is a complex thing for a small business to navigate the regulatory and customs clearance environment. And this is where we come in as a reliable partner so you can relax and FedEx takes care of it. The third thing that I want to call out is a couple years ago, we started our FedEx Innovation Lab. And this is where we invest in early stage startups, especially in the logistics space, so we can innovate together to create what's next. But this is not enough. This is just for startups that exist. We actually go all the way to the pipeline in schools. So we're working with young entrepreneurs through our partnership with Junior Achievement, so we can catch them early and help them to grow.
Start them young. And of course, one way of supporting the small businesses is through this small business grant contest. Can you tell us the objective of the contest and also what would the winner receive? Excellent.
So the FedEx Small Business Grant Contest is all about connecting people with possibilities. That's our purpose. This contest started more than a decade ago in the United States, and it's now live in 31 countries across Europe, US, and of course Asia Pacific. And I'm incredibly proud of our partnership with Forbes Asia, and here we are with this conference today. So I want to thank the Forbes team and also the FedEx team for putting this event together. And as for the contest, so why do we do this? Well, we see this as an opportunity for us to provide a platform to small businesses so they can showcase their business, connect with founders, other founders, industry players, investors, and also achieve the funding and recognition that they so very deserve. So today, as we get closer to announcing the winner today amongst the 4 finalists will get a cash prize of $30,000 US. The other 3 finalists will be receiving special mention and a cash prize of $13,000 US, as well as special coverage through Forbes and through the FedEx social channels. You see, 51 years ago, FedEx was also a small business startup. And our founder created this industry of overnight delivery. So our intent here is to play a small part in encouraging small businesses so they can achieve their maximum potential and change the world.
That's great. Well, now, drum roll, is time to announce the results for the FedEx Small Business Grant Contest. So, Kawal, would you give us the honors and announce the winner?
All right, are we ready?
Yes, drum roll.
Well, I want to thank all the 4 finalists. You had some amazing pitches and really great business model, but there is one company that stood out, and I'm really, really pleased and honored to announce the winner today of the FedEx Small Business Grant Contest, and that is Lucence.
Hey, congratulations to Minhan Tan from Lucence. As mentioned by Kawal earlier on, the winner, which is Minhan Tan, will receive a cash prize of $30,000 US. Congratulations again to Lucence. And now for the special mentions, of course, I'd like to invite the rest of the companies, the rest of the finalists. Please come and join us on stage. SariSuki, Aerodyne, and Fresh Factory. Please give them a big round of applause as well. Remain on stage, please. do a big group photo. As mentioned, everybody wins something here on stage today. So the 3 special mentions will win $13,000 US each. Congratulations to all 4 companies. Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations. Thank you, Kawal, for joining us today and for the support of this forum.